are
it's
you?
so nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Please
Nice to meet
step
you.
forward for me.
Thank you
There
very
you go.
much.
Lorna, welcome to World of Faces in Johannesburg, Melville.
Thank you.
Today we'll be doing a skin analysis, and we'll be doing a full skin analysis with this camera from Korea, which uses microscopic camera as well. So you filled in the first form, which is very important. This is a consent form that we'll just keep aside for now. And then we'll go about on each concern where you want to go about. Okay. So I'm just going to put the mirror here for you. 100%. Okay. If you look into the mirror, Lorna, what would you say is 3 concerns that is something that you would like to work on or to improve on your skin?
All right, so obviously, as you can see, the pigmentation for me is a big problem. I've got 3 children,
100%.
so after 3 kids, I don't think there's any normal pigmentation left on my skin.
But the top area and the bottom area, we call it the face of pregnancy, which is chlolasma or melasma.
Yes.
And this is usually called the butterfly. So it will be on the top frontalis area and on the cheek area going a little bit down. You'll get areas of hypopigmentation, which is concerns of lighter pigmentation, where the pigment is lost. So where you see all the white marks on your forehead.
Yes.
And then all the darker marks we call hyperpigmentation, where there's too much melanin in that area.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that when we get to that. So firstly, your concern will then be pigmentation, and another concern that is there for you?
So the other concern is obviously, because I do modeling, is the lines around my eyes.
Perfect.
When I smile.
Smile lines.
Smile lines.
Crow's feet.
Absolutely. That, and then also around the mouth, I think gravity, right? It drops. So if we can lift that up a little bit.
100%. So it's just a little concern on the nasolabial folds. And unfortunately, when gravity takes place in our lives, then it's going to happen. We can't completely put a stop to the aging process. It will happen. It's going to happen.
But we can age gracefully.
But we can age gracefully. We can put a little pause to that. So what we'll do with the smile lines on the eyes, we call it also crow's feet. And it can also be due to dehydration lines. We live in South Africa where we're exposed to free radicals on our daily lives, and also the temperature, which is very hot out or very cold. So, and we're driving in the cars with a lot of aircon exposure sun as well. So the dehydration lines we can also have a look at with Botox. It will just lift up that area, and it will just it will minimize the line at the sides as well. So we'll do a little bit of Botox. There's a nice concern, but it will nice treatment that we can also do for you on that. Wow. Okay, but we're not going to completely not smile anymore. We can work on that, so don't stress about that.
So it'll not be like, oh, this is my friendly face, right?
Please tell me, Lorna, do you have any allergies that you need to be concerned about before we talk about it?
Penicillin, but that won't
come 100%. Well, this is more in a medical way. Okay, perfect. Okay, then I just want to know roughly what is your skincare regime at home? What do you use daily and in the evening when you go to bed, before you go to bed?
So I obviously wash my skin every night with a cleanser.
100%.
I scrub once to twice a week, and sometimes I use a cleansing brush, and then I use a night cream. It's actually a night and a day cream. It's a
moisturizer.
Moisturizer, yeah. But it's a very good oxygenating and hydrating moisturizer.
And what is the name of the products that you use?
At the moment, I use Anesi.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and daily night regime, also a nice cleanse, and then also moisturizer before you go to bed.
Yes.
Well, this is more about on the right path. Exfoliation is good for you 2 times a week. You don't want to oversensitize the skin, so exfoliation 2 times a week is very, very good. And you also work towards exfoliation to what the skin can tolerate. You don't want to oversensitize the skin on the first shot that you do exfoliation. But if you feel like your skin can take more, you can do it 3 times a week up until 4 times and eventually 5 times a week. Okay, so it's very, very good to get rid of that dead skin cells on a weekly basis, because we have a lot of debris that go onto the skin, and also makeup as well that we don't remove as the way that we actually should. So it's also a build up of that on the other hand. Okay, So, and then just so you didn't undergo any surgery in the last 6 months, any Accutane, Oritane, topical medication that you use for your skin?
Nothing.
100%, and then your skin treatments in the last 6 months, it was just 1 chemical peel a month ago.
Sadly.
That's okay. Unfortunately, life takes over and we put aside all the nice stuff that we can do. Okay, I'm just going to move this for now. Okay, so this is a camera that we will be using. I've typed in all your details in here, and it will store all your information on this camera. So when you come in again, we can actually see if there's any improvement, what else can we do to enhance your treatment plan, or what can we do to lessen the treatment plan. So it's very nice to refer back to something.
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay, so the hydration, the first one we're going to focus on is the hydration levels, and this is we're going to do on a moisture level and elasticity level. So you said gravity took place and that happened. Unfortunately, that is your elasticity in your skin, and we're going to have a look at that. So I'm roughly going to go through everything right now, and then I'm going to start on each one separately. Sebum will obviously be the sebum production on the skin, so it will be on how much oil it's produced on the skin. Will you work on a U panel, which is in this area right here, and then your T panel, which is right across here. Pore size, unfortunately we can't hide the pores as we want to, and the enlarged pores, or if we look at pore size, then we have to look at how large it is and what can we do to minimize it. We can never we can only temporarily decrease the size of a pore, but never permanently. Melanin, concern that you also have a concern about, pigmentation that we have a look about, and I'm going to focus on one spot specifically, which is a big concern for you. Acne, luckily you don't have any acne, we don't have to look about that, so I'm just going to skip that one for now. Wrinkles around the eye area, it will tell me the wrinkle depth, and then after we've done a treatment we can refer back and see if the wrinkle depth increased or decreased. And then hemoglobin sensitivity. So during the winter time, sensitivity will increase around the nose area, around the eye area, because due to the exposure of heaters that we use at home, and we blow on our noses a lot during winter time because we get very ill. Just it comes suddenly. Okay, and this camera will then tell me your skin type, and then your skin age will tell me exactly where the concern is that we need to work the most. So it will tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, where are we? Do we need to work more on your pigmentation right now, on your wrinkles, or we need to work on your sebum? So it will exactly tell me where we're going to start with your treatment plan. Okay, so firstly we're going to start on hydration. And this little tip here, I'm going to place that towards your skin, and what it's going to do, it's not hurting, it's just going to make a beep sound, and I just want to wipe it off with an alcohol wipe quickly, and this will tell us the hydration levels in your skin and then your elasticity levels as well. I'm going to place it towards your cheek area, and then it will tell me. So I'm just going to stand up for this, and I'm going to place it to the side of the skin. You can just going to go to this side. Perfect. Okay, so let me tell you to sit down again. I'm going to just leave it on here so I can explain very nicely. So it's telling me that you have a very dry skin, and that the elasticity level is very low. So hydration will be on 20 out of 100, and high elasticity will be on 15 out of 100. So I'm just going to make a note on here, which I can also refer back onto. So hydration is 20 and elasticity 15. So firstly, 20 for me is on a very great line. I do not do a chemical peel when it's under 10, because then I will cause more damage than I would do good to the skin. Okay, so we talk about a barrier, and if that barrier is not situated, or the barrier is not intact to the skin, then I'm going to cause more damage than create benefits to the skin. So I would make a right mark here, because you're perfectly in the right area of doing a chemical peel, and in a safe area for that. But it's not telling me that we can't do anything for you. It's obviously very good to come in for weekly chemical peels, and a very good treatment plan to get your hydration levels up and to get your elasticity levels up as well. And then hydration, on the other hand, I know a lot of people, drinking water is a concern. So Lorna, how much water do you drink daily?
Tea I do drink.
Okay.
Coffee.
Is it green tea, rooibos tea? What is it?
I do drink different kinds of teas.
Okay, 100%.
Yeah. Green tea I do drink from time to time. Water, I must say, I'm not that great.
So that can also be one of
water.
the red lights going up on hydration that you can also start to focus on. Try to get at least 8 glasses of water in daily. And remember, most of the time we flush actually all the water out of our body. So it's very, very important to get the hydration levels up. And when you're going to feel, if the hydration levels is going to come up, the texture of your skin is going to improve. You're not going to see itself in the mirror, but you're going to feel itself as well. Okay, especially winter time. I think it's something that we neglect during winter time is our skin in the concern of dehydration that we're not looking after. Okay, elasticity, as I said, I'm not concerned about as yet. Unfortunately, we can't stop the aging completely, but we can put a little pause to it, so we can work on that. Right, sebum. Now this is quite interesting. I use called sebum cards, and they're little pink cards. I'm going to take out of here. Okay, so this is only going to pick up your sebum levels on the skin, and then it does not pick up any sunscreen or any moisturizers on the skin.
That is so cool.
So very interesting. The pinker the card goes, the more sebum production in that area. Okay. So I just usually make a mark for myself, otherwise I get confused. So it's your T panel and then your U panel. So this is also they marked out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place the cards towards your skin, and I'm just going to press down lightly on your skin. It's going to pick up in that little pink area, and then we're going to see how much sebum production is delivered in that area. Okay. So firstly, I'm going to do the T panel. I'm going to stand up again, and I'm just going to place the card lightly towards the skin. Okay, so you can see it goes a little bit pink or red, but not too much. Okay. And this is already telling me this is a dry skin, because the more pinkier this went, the more oil or more sebum was delivered or was in is in that area. Okay, U panel. I'm going to go to the side, just press lightly onto that area, and you can see there's barely any sebum production on here. Okay, so unfortunately in those areas it is a dry concern.
So my highly moisturizing cream is not moisturizing me.
Unfortunately, let me tell you this way. Everybody is telling me that the creams that they were using, it's not showing up. It's not that it's not showing up. It's unfortunately in this climate that we live in, and our daily routines. I think our daily routines are rushed, and that we don't get to the stuff that we need. So I think sometimes we neglect our daily routines and our night routines for our skin regime at home. So it's very important to do also weekly masks, which is hydrating and soothing. And when you're at home and you do mopping or you do dishes or whatever you'd like to do, playing with the kids, put a mask on, leave it on for 34 to 40 minutes. Take care of your skin in a way that's going to make you see a difference in your skin. U panel. And something that people also need to understand, you're not going to see an instant result. It's going to take time. It took 20 years for your skin to develop aging and to have pigmentation and all of that. It's not going to take 2 days for you to have this beautiful result. Unfortunately, the skin remembers. You have one skin, and you have one skin only. You need to protect and take care of it as if it's a newborn baby. So sun pigmentation and dehydration, it's not something that it came overnight. We're going to have to work gradually into a treatment plan to help you to get to the level where you're going to see improvement. Okay,
so it's again, a lifestyle,
it's
right?
definitely a lifestyle change. It's like a diet. You can't do yo-yo dieting. You have to take care of your skin. So firstly, it's just a normal picture I'm going to take of the little cards, sebum cards. I'm just going to place it this side of me. So what I'm going to do now, I'll press onto the U panel first, and then this little device here is also going to pick that up again, and now I'm making use of the microscopic camera. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to focus the camera, take a picture, and then we're going to go to the T panel. And then I'll explain to you everything right now in depth. Okay, you can't believe that 2 such cards can do a photo like that. Right. Okay. I'm going to say scan to it. Okay, so the U panel is a 1 out of 100 sebum production. Okay. And the T panel 1 out of 100. Okay, so it's telling me dry skin. Okay. So then again, the first analysis I did for hydration is directly referring back to this one. So you can see it's not that you have a combination skin here and a dry skin here. So the camera that I'm using is very effective and efficiently. So it's 1 out of 100 for the T panel, 1 out of 100 for the U panel. I would say for the T panel it's not a concern, because the more sebum production the T panel, the more enlarged pores you would have and a more shiny appearance, which you don't want to have, especially on stage. You don't want to have a shiny appearance. And then obviously on the U panel, we should work on a little bit of a sebum production, because you're going to feel if the sebum production is going to become more, the dehydration is going to become less as well. So also referring back again then to your moisture level in your skin. Okay, so perfect. That is perfectly fine for me. Dry skin is not as a concern for me as yet, because we're going into winter. We can't expect that we can have beautiful skin now for winter time, but we can take care of it in a manner that we can have good results at the end. Okay, 100%. Okay, pore size. So this is not a very nice photo. It's an uncomfortable photo for everybody. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a photo closer to the nose area. I'm not going to press down completely onto the compartment in front, otherwise you're going to have flat pores. And nobody in this lifetime has flat pores. Unfortunately, everybody has a little bit of an enlarged pore, but that's not noticeable to the eye. Okay, so let's see, where are you about? I'm going to take a photo again to the nose. You can just look straight to me, and I'm just going to bend it a little bit forward and just take a photo on the side, right like that. Also focusing the camera. Okay, from this side it's not looking bad at all. It's telling me
good news.
Yes, definitely. I'll just move this a little bit aside. Okay, perfect. So that's your photo. I'm just going to say scan. Okay, so it's 10 out of 100. That is a beautiful result.
Oh, good.
Very, very good. Let me tell you why. Okay. So I'm going to go to the 3D area at first. Can you see on the camera?
Yes.
I'm going to explain to you like that. Okay. So this is a 3D photo of the pore size I just took on the side of the nose. And when I tilt it, you can actually see how deeply some of that pores are situated. Okay. So it's not one depth and one line of the pores. Unfortunately, some of them will become deeper and will become larger at time. And then I'm also going to show you a comparison of where are you situated, okay? So this is your picture, and this is a comparison of what the camera has stored already. So this is a good picture of a normal combination, and it's not in large pores, but we can still work on the texture of it. So you're on a good pore, so don't stress about that. Then I'm going to go to a normal one. So you can see there's a little bit of a more enlarged orifices creating there, where you can see yours are very small. And then when you go to bad, you can see that there is enlarged orifices, and you can actually see the little heap it's forming in the skin. So you're not on that yet, you're in a very good area.
Oh,
okay,
wonderful.
so that's positive news. Okay, now we're going to go to the melanin, the not so nice part. I think in South Africa, everybody has a concern for pigmentation on their skin. Okay, but then again, I'm going to take a photo. So Lorna, I just want to ask you now, you show me on your skin where is the most, where's the pigmentation that you want to improve the most on your skin?
Well, I think on the forehead is
on
the
the forehead
worst.
is your most concern, right?
And then I do have 1 or 2 spots here on the side.
100%.
This side I can't see that well, but I think
100%. So I'm just going to take a photo from the front
Okay.
and on the forehead. So you can just look closer to my side. Okay, perfect. So that's your photo from the forehead. Okay, that's not too intense. It's also not too dark, so it's also not as worrying for me.
So
but
there's hope?
There is definitely hope, but I think it's
Wonderful.
also a nice thing that you don't just want to put too much foundation on your skin every day. I think it's very nice just to put on a BB cream and to be comfortable in your skin in the way that you feel comfortable with it. So we're going to work towards getting you to that where you feel comfortable on just putting a BB cream on and
Wonderful.
you can go. 100%. Okay, so as I said, unfortunately melanin is hormonal, and when it's hormonal, it's literally situated more deeply in the skin. But that'll explain now nicely for each and every level that you get. Okay, so firstly, I'm just going to say scan for it, and it's going to give us it's 11 out of 100. Okay, so that's again telling me it's not bad at all.
Oh, wonderful.
But something
I like
that
this
we
machine.
something that we can definitely work on, okay? Because when you look at
Good.
the appearance of it, I'm sure that you also want to improve that area.
For sure.
And not only the frontalis or the forehead, but also the sides of the cheek and the one concern on the side of on the face as well, okay? So firstly, I'm going to show you a comparison again as well, because you want to know where are you about with the comparison of the camera. So that's your photo right there. That's good. Okay, so you can see you're not on good. There is a pigmentation concern and we need to work on that.
Yes, yes.
Right. Normal, hyperpigmentation, a little bit of a hypopigmentation where no pigment is present anymore, and then hyper where more melanin is produced in that area, and then obviously your bad where you can see the pigmentation is quite dark, hyperpigmentation quite intense there, and then spots of hypopigmentation. I want to show you something interesting. Can you see in the pigmentation which you have is sensitivity as well?
Yes.
So there can also be some sensitivity involved in that area as well. Okay, so inflammation, that's the correct word. Okay, as I said, acne I'm not concerned about for you. I'm sure that you have that here and there, hormonal breakouts monthly, but that's nothing that a little spot cream can't work for. Okay, wrinkle, let's have a look at that. Okay. All that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of the side of the eyes where your crow's feet lines are, and that will also determine on the wrinkle depth that we're going to focus on. Okay. Okay, so it just comes a little bit forward. I'm just going to go a little bit down to the area where the more concern is. Okay, so you can see it's a very small in-depth photo. So scan. Okay, so it's on 17. It's telling me it's on normal, which is good.
Oh, wonderful.
It's a very good thing. It's not line stitched, it's very deeply situated, but it's something that you work on now.
Wonderful.
To obviously wait or to prepare yourself for the further years that's coming, and obviously to help for that wrinkle depth not to go deeper as we go on or as we age. Okay, as I said, we can't stop the aging process as completely yet. Okay, so it's on a normal stage. Now I want to show you a 3D again as well. Okay, so that's your picture. That's good. That's normal. This is where you are. So you can see there's definitely a line forming in that area, and there is a wrinkle depth forming there. Okay, but this is bad. Okay, it's severe, deep wrinkle that formed there. And yes, we can work on that area and we can improve that area. But this is a nice way to show for you where you're sitting about. Okay, hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is also called sensitivity. So we're going to look on the sensitivity on your skin. And I always like to take a side on the cheek area because there's so much dehydration in that area. I think that area is more a concern for sensitivity. Okay, so here already I can see where I take the photo. There is some broken capillaries, and the broken capillaries can be formed due to sun damage, too hot water, and obviously an injury to the skin that could have formed that. Okay, so it's 4. It's very good. It's 4 out of 100. It's a very minimal amount that we're looking at. But with all the chemical peels that I have in mind, it's going to improve that as well. So that's a very good thing. Okay, so we're done with the camera. I'm just going to show you the skin type. So the analysis of the skin type will be dry, very low, dry skin. Okay. So all is referring back to dry skin. Okay. Your skin age, it's telling us that we need to focus on your pore sizes more, and then your melanin, then your wrinkles, and then your hemoglobin. So it's exactly telling me in order where we need to focus on first and at the end as well. Skin analysis, just drawing me a little bit of a graph, telling me as well, wrinkle depth, your hemoglobin, and then your melanin, and then your pore size. Okay, so you can see it's referring back more to the pore size, and it's so great I can actually email you the results, or I can send a message to you. Wow. Yes, so you have all the backup with you as well, and the camera saves the backup as well.
Well,
so
that's
I'm just
wonderful.
going to save this up for you, and I'm going to say okay, and it's saving you up. So when you come in again, I'm going to say start diagnosis, I'm going to say a full diagnosis and a registered camera, Lorna rolling, and we do a new,
Wonderful.
complete
And we
new
can see
set.
how it improves.
Definitely.
That is amazing.
Okay, so I'm going to place this to the side for now. 100%. So this is very important to understand this in a way before we do any treatments, for you to understand how the skin works and how it functions. Okay, so we have 3 main layers of the skin. Okay, we've got our epidermis, we have our dermis, and then our hypodermis. Okay, so you know that our hypodermis is obviously the deeper layers and that it's more fat cells and it provides structure and function for the top layers. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little circus like that, and that is your fat cells protecting and providing structure. Okay, then you get your dermis, and in your dermis you get 2 more layers. It's your reticular dermis and your papillary dermis. So it's more 2 layers situated in that area. Okay, now Lorna, have you ever heard about the word collagen, elastin and fibroblasts?
I have.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to do collagen, elastin and fibroblasts. Okay, I'm going to come back to those 3 again. Okay, your epidermis is further situated in 5 layers. Sounds like a mouthful, sounds like street names. It will be your stratum germinativum, your stratum corneum, lucidum, and there's a lot more that comes in there. But the one that we're going to focus on today is your stratum corneum, which also stands for your dead keratinized skin cells. Beautiful dead skin cells sitting on the top of the layer. I'm just joking, they're not beautiful. Okay, so that is also a nice one. Okay, and then obviously you heard about the mitochondria of the body, and this is where the energy production in our body is formed. So I'm just going to write here mitochondria. And then ATP is obviously our energy in our body, right? Energy, there you go. So it's quite a mouthful for now. Our pH scale is going to be important when I'm going to explain this. This will be your acid line and this will be your alkaline. Okay, I'm going to go from 1 to 10. 7 in the middle, which is also blood, which is also referring to neutral. And then our skin pH, which is your potential hydrogen of your skin, is 4.5 to 5.5. Okay, so roughly I'm going to explain to you how it works. Okay, so any treatment works according to, any anti-aging treatment works according to causing damage to the skin in a controlled manner to stimulate our inflammation process. Or to stimulate the wound healing process. So the wound healing process starts with your inflammation, your proliferation, and your remodeling. So it's very good to understand that there's new laydown of collagen, new laydown of healthy cells, and neutralized cells that's going to work faster in that area and more optimal in that area. So when we do a chemical peel, we work in our top layers of our epidermis and then lower layers or beginning layers of your dermis. So every 28 days or more. It can be 28 days to 32 days to 40 days, depending on your health. This will be all dependent on your health. So it's the 28-day cycle, but we don't say 28-day anymore because if you take in antibiotics or you heal the month, then the cell turnover process will take a little bit longer than usual. Okay, so let's say just take 28 days. Okay, so your cells are formed in the bottom. And then during that 28 days, they move up to the area and up. And they come sit on our epidermal layer on the stratum corneum. Then suddenly your skin becomes very dry, it becomes very sensitive, and it will have a dull feeling. Have you ever had that of your skin is feeling dull? And you feel like you need a treatment just to get awakened and to make a glow appearance to the skin. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so all the dead cell skins with no brain function, they're not filtrated with water anymore, and they flatten completely, moved up from our dermal layer up to the epidermal layer, and now they sit on that layer for them to be obviously either being exfoliated off or chemically exfoliated. So you get a chemical exfoliation and a mechanical exfoliation. Mechanical exfoliation is used for friction and heat, and that you can do at home and in care, home care or in-house, where you just use an exfoliation. What you do is you create movement and you create warmth with your hands. So that's very easy and very quick at home. And a chemical exfoliation actually digests the keratin bonds between your dead skin cells. Okay, so in between all your dead skin cells, you get keratin bonds. And a chemical peel has a way to digest that completely, to help them to be shed off the skin, and obviously for that beautiful glowing appearance of the skin to come out again. Okay, and then for that whole wound healing process to happen, there's going to be new collagen stimulation, elastin stimulation, and for the fibroblast activity. The fibroblast activity is needed for all the collagen and elastin stimulation. And the fibroblast is obviously then determined by the ATP. So the ATP of the body, the energy must be optimal and very well. So obviously it's very important. Water, exercise, but then again referring back to your lifestyle is very important. And then the other thing that's very, very important to understand is if someone tells me they're washing their skin with a bar of soap, then I'm getting like a knop in my keel, because it's not what I want you to do. The reason why I'm telling you this is your pH of your skin, Lorna, is 4.5 to 4.4, 4.5 to 5.5. So you don't want to strip your barrier. Your barrier is there for a reason. It's not there sitting for no reason, okay? So this barrier protects for any microorganisms to enter the skin and anything to harm the skin from the outside. So what will happen if you strip the barrier? More sensitivity will appear in the skin and more dehydration, because you don't have that barrier to protect your skin anymore. So please don't use a bar of soap to cleanse your skin at home. Why? A bar of soap will be acidic, and a bar of soap pH will be on a 7 or an 8 or a 9. So you're going to strip your whole barrier, creating sensitivity and dehydration, okay? But luckily you're not on that path. I just want to explain to you what can happen if you want to try and do that at home. So it's very important to have products at home on the right pH level to put nutrients back in your skin and to fill your skin with the right products and ingredients to increase your skin's moisture levels, and obviously to help the anti-aging process, to put a pause on it. Okay, so that's that for now. That's the skin analysis, a mouthful of that. Okay, so when you come in for your treatment, I will be filling this in the treatment room. Okay, so this is where we want to be, and I'm going to turn this around. Okay, so chemical peeling. We're going to talk about chemical peeling, and we're going to talk about either doing a more deeper peel or a more superficial or a medium depth peel. Okay, so you get 3 types of chemical peels. Okay, so in my opinion, at first, I will do a superficial peel. Get the skin ready. You want to prepare the skin. You don't want to shock the skin in terms of too much inflammation, because too much inflammation can create more pigmentation on your skin. Okay, that's a no-go for us. We want to do this gradually. We don't want to shock the skin in terms of creating more damage, but we want to create a controlled damage to the skin. So a controlled injury that's going to be controlled by me with a chemical peel. That's not going to make you peel at first, but it's going to give you that glowing appearance, preparing the skin for further treatment. So that's very important. So I would say every 4 to 6 weeks is good, because that's falling again in the 28-day cycle. Okay, so 100% chemical peel we can talk about. Microneedling, also a nice concern. So Lorna, tell me, what do you know about microneedling? Have you had any experience of microneedling before? Have you had the treatment?
Yes, I have had microneedling before. It's not so painful.
100%.
And the skin did peel a little bit afterwards.
Okay.
But after about a week, or maybe I think 3 or 4 days, the skin looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does. It definitely does. It's not as painful. It's not a painful treatment if you numb the skin very well. I use a topical numbing cream, which is also a very nice numbing cream, and you're gonna feel minimal. Literally, you're gonna feel minimal feeling to the skin, and you're gonna be obviously be very, very red afterwards, because the skin is gonna have inflammation, because I'm creating a wound to the skin. So, but then again, a controlled wound. Okay, so microneedling will also be an option, and we can alternate. So we can do a chemical peel at first, wait 2 weeks, do microneedling, wait 2 weeks, do another peel. So it's nice to alternate between those two. So these days, the best treatments is combination treatments. Just to focus on one treatment is not going to give you as beautiful as result as you want, but to do combination treatments, which is going to focus on more concerns of your skin, it's going to give you a more beautiful result at the end. Okay. Fractional laser, we can also have a look at the fractional laser. We can do some lesion removal, some lesions that you're concerned about on the skin. I'm talking about some moles or some unevenness you want to work on, and Dr. Tace upstairs will take care of that. And then LED therapy, I won't look at it as now. LED therapy, I'll go a little bit deeper in when I think it's a concern or something that I need to work on. PRP therapy, I think it's a very exciting thing to talk about. Have you ever heard about a vampire facial?
I've heard about it, yes.
So vampire facial is very, very nice to do for the skin, and you know what's so great of it? You can actually just do it 2 times a year.
Okay.
So it's a nice maintenance plan to go onto the PRP therapy, and Dr. Gijs will take care of that treatment for you as well. And then a PRP therapy will also be great just before you go, as it's going to give you a glowing appearance and also feeding your skin in the nutrients that your skin needs. So the beautiful thing about the PRP therapy is that we draw your own blood, so you can't be allergic to your own blood, and the reaction is so much better because your body is already accepting that. Where we injected something else or new product in your skin, the skin is going to take longer to get used to that product. So your results are instant, and it's an instant anti-aging result to your skin. And also working on your dehydration and your pigmentation, okay? So we're stimulating new growth hormones that also going to work on your dehydration levels and your anti-aging of the skin. So the PRP therapy definitely something that we can think about and talk about. Lorna, just tell me again, when are you leaving for the big competition?
On the 2nd of July.
Perfect. I just want to make some notes here that we exactly know. Unfortunately, the chances of bruising is there, and I need to talk to you about that. Sometimes it can be possible that bruising can be afterwards. So we're going to have to work this out accordingly to when you are going overseas and when we should do this treatment. Okay, Botox fillers. I think that's a nice thing to talk about. The Botox is very exciting, something that you need to do monthly or not monthly, every 4 to 6 months. And also it's relaxing that muscle, but Dr. Gijs will definitely tell you more about that when we work in that area. And this is also be done a month before you go.
Okay.
For it to work in, and obviously it will also take 2 weeks for it to be working into the skin. Okay, filler we use Galderma and Restylane. So it's fillers obviously used to lift up that area and to fill the area with some volume. As you said, a quite big concern is for you around the eye area, which is also that we can fill up nicely with a filler. And then lastly, thread. So thread, we use the new improved Actos thread, and it comes from Georgia, and that will also help you in those areas. But Dr. Gijs and Dr. Tace and Dr. Jason will give you more information about that, which is also nice. So we have 3 doctors on board who will help you in that area.
Wonderful.
Perfect. And then, very important, I think we need to start you right away with some collagen. I don't know if you drink any collagen at home.
I don't.
You don't?
I'll have to.
Okay, we need to get you onto some collagen. Okay, so have you ever heard about the Proactive Liquid Collagen?
Not yet.
Okay, so Proactive Liquid Collagen is hydrolyzed collagen, either it's extracted from your bovine, which is from your cow, or your porcine, which is from your pig. Okay, so it sounds a little bit cruel and all of that, but it's not at all. So what happens is your collagen, so if you put more collagen into the skin, it's just not working on your beauty and your wellness and your health. It actually works on your cartridges of your bone and your bone density, and improving your strength in your nails, your hair, the way it shines, the way it grows. So it's an all-in-one product or liquid that you can drink every evening before you go to bed. Contains magnesium as well, so then you're going to sleep better as well. Vitamin B1 to vitamin B6, so it's a whole combination of concern, or a whole combination of options that can improve your concerns that you're also okay. This is also very, very nice for the dehydration that you're concerned about, and it's also going to work on that as well. Okay, so I'm just going to say general comments will be dehydration that we want to focus on, and then obviously anti-aging rights. Okay, so you'll just sign there and put the date on for me, and then this will be done with your first treatment.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lorna. I was talking a lot now. Now I want to hear from your side. Is there any questions that you would like to ask me? Anything that you're concerned about, want more information on? Or other than that, we can start your treatment ASAP.
Absolutely. When can we start?
We can start next week. So what I'll do is I will have a look and I'll work out a treatment plan. I'll send you an email accordingly so you also know what is going to happen. And then also we can have a look at how we're going to determine on when we're going to do what treatment, and also taking you in consideration to when you are leaving the country for any bruising, inflammation. We want you to leave the country beautiful with no bruises and all of that. So we're also going to take good care of you, and you're in very good hands. And yeah, we hope you get beautiful results with your skin, and I'm very excited to start the journey with you. So thank you so much for joining us and to coming to World of Faces in Melbourne, Johannesburg, and I hope you enjoy the journey with us.
I will. I'm very
100%.
excited.
So do you have any questions for us?
Nothing at all.
100%. I think you're also just excited as what I am.
I am.
Very well. Thank you so much.